As we continue to shoot our horror movie together, I thought we'd take some time out to look behind the scenes of other horror movies to show you how much fun people have had while making these horror movies. Give you a little background so that it doesn't seem so daunting. Maybe get you intrigued and eager to join the family of movie makers. And here we have Vincent Price dancing with his partner here, one of the dean of horror movies. And here we have Johnny Depp smoking. Well, we don't know what he's smoking. We'll just guess. And he's holding a super soaker on the set of Sleepy Hollow. These are magnificent battery-run squirt guns that can really zap you. Here's Hannibal Lecter eating a French fry. There's an outtake. And the twin girls on the set of The Shining getting their slate. We'll not talk much about slate in this class because you're out there shooting and framing with your cell phone and you're not necessarily slating your shots because you're not on a set working with 100 other people in the crew. But this person, I think I alluded to early in the first lecture of this week, is the second camera assist. And what they do is they tell us what shot we're on for the editors. And we can see here we're on the third scene, and then this is the third scene of the script, and we're on the third shot, which is the third setup that the camera has had. He might have had a high setup, a high angle, maybe a low angle, or he might have been pulled out. Now he's pushing in. So this is the third setup, and this is the eighth take. So these little girls, charming little girls, have done 8 takes so far. It might not be their fault. Maybe Kubrick's being a little anal. But they're on their 8th take. And what I think you'll find interesting is how the grips participated in this shot. We'll talk about grips later in the course, but you can see that they have little pancake items that they're standing on, little pieces of wood to help them be just a little taller. We have what we call apple boxes, and they're broken down to full, half, quarter, and pancake sizes. Here we have a look at somebody in Silence of the Lambs enjoying a little outtake, cozying up in the bottom of a cellar with a cute fuzzy toy. And here we have, of course, Carrie. We got a little break in the action, Sissy Spacek and Carrie. She's definitely, you can see how much fun she's having in doing Carrie here. This is nothing better than having a little KO syrup dripping from your head. And here we have a scene of the special effects artist Tony Pantanella. This is 1968, yeah. Getting a zombie ready for Night of the Living Dead. What he's doing is he's attaching squib hits to the back of this zombie so that it'll be electronically activated and the charge set off. And then he has this rubber so that it doesn't really burn him. And the charge goes off a little bang like a blank, and as the zombies get shot at by the people inside the house in the first Night of the Living Dead. And this is your art department crew from Night of the Living Dead. Makeup, maybe all combined. Good, nothing like a good bucket of blood to get things going. This is a black and white movie, so who knows what color that was. But you can see how much fun these proto painters have becoming part of the art department for Night of the Living Dead. And here we have a scene of Tony Perkins in relaxing in Psycho. It doesn't look so grim after all with his, almost lighter than air helpers here as he crouches on the ladder. And here we've got, Freddy kind of chilling right on the set of Nightmare on Elm Street. He's just kind of kicking back with his Walkman on. And here, 1941, this is Wolfman getting a little cut here, a little trim. And here we have the director of Saw setting up a shot. What I like about this is they got the script there on the floor, in the midst of this mayhem and torture. They got to make sure we got the right lines, or else that whole thing could be thrown out of whack. But yeah, and the cell phone too. That's good in case we get a call. We don't want to have the movie interrupt that. And here's Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. This is a nice street scene on your way to work. You got your Batman mask on, the Joker, right? Just hanging from your belt. Just as you stroll down Broadway. And here we have Roman Polanski uh, being almost terrifying as he's trying to frame his shot. We talked about framing your shots here. And here we can see he's trying to get a frame going. And judging from where his hands are set, it looks like he's trying to get a close-up here. But he's certainly terrifying the actress. She's totally into the mood. Maybe she's just preparing herself for the scene, or maybe she's just terrified of Roman. And here's a cut out of The Shining. Nicholson, always looking happy to be totally insane as he goes up the stair. And we see down below Kubrick's camera crew. And what I can see in this shot, it looks like we've got not only a little track going up the stairway kind of hydraulically, but it looks like we've got 3 different cameras. If you look to your right, you notice you got a camera close, and then a camera midway, and a camera farther away. So he's looks like he's rolling 3 cans of film at the same time. And of course, Halloween. Here's a shot showing you what our sound guy's doing with the boom, making sure that the important noise is, of course, recorded. And here's Child's Play, rigging up that child. Got to get them all wired up. Got to wire that child. And it looks like a lot of electronics are going into that little scary beast. Frankenstein's taking a little tea break. It doesn't look like coffee to me. It looks like a tea and a little bit of toast. A little prim for a big monster. And DiCaprio here on the set of Critters 3. And of course, that's a wonderful, wonderful prop art, work of art there. The critter, how many rows of teeth does it have? It looks like he has 3 rows of teeth. Wonderful little puppet. And the set of The Omen here, a little break in the action. We've got our priest just kind of chilling on the boardwalk there, sitting on his bench as we're getting what looks like a chilly shot here. It looks like a little chilly day, but notice he's probably warming up with all the 3K, 4K lights shining on him. And here's a back scene look at Jaws. This guy's chilling with the shark, and if anybody knows the story about Spielberg's Jaws, they just had this mechanical shark that just wouldn't operate right. Drove everybody nuts. Cost them weeks of shooting because they couldn't get the mechanical shark to work. So this guy is probably not chilling. He's probably staring at this mechanical shark, wondering what the hell they're going to do to make it work. And this is one of my favorites, actually. Taking a break for the set of Aliens. You gotta love it. You know, even aliens get tired on a 14-hour shoot. And we have Wes Craven here showing Drew Barrymore a butcher knife on the set of Scream. It looks like everybody's having fun looking at their horrible item. And here's Drew getting bloodied in the same movie. She's getting makeup here. We got so much blood. We're literally ladling it on with a brush. And the fly, like our alien, chilling here on an apple box, kind of beat. Not easy being a fly and all those lights. In the back, the fly. If you take my other classes, you'll notice that they're using a Fisher dolly, which a lot of us just, drool over. And here's King Kong versus Godzilla. I know everybody's watching Godzilla these days, but here's King Kong versus Godzilla, and we get a nice look at the size of Godzilla vis-a-vis the model that they built, and we can see the size of the model and Godzilla versus the size of the real people there. Likewise with the Incredible Shrinking Man. I love this huge grading and this huge pencil and the size of the people trying to get the shot. Looks like medium close, extreme close shot going there with the art department providing the huge backdrop or context for the shot. And here we have Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks, and I didn't know he got behind the camera. Of course, he's a director writer, but I didn't know he would get behind the camera to shoot what we imagine here as a close up. However, in my other class, I don't tell people, especially camera operators, that they can jump on tables. Not a real safe setup for Mel, but you can see that while he's getting the shot, everybody's lining up the lights in the background, not worried about his focus, but worried about the context. This poor Peter Boyle, strapped down on the table, looks like a victim out of Dexter. And here's a nice shot of the fake arm being propped up versus the real arm. It's all, of course, illusion. It's all how we cut the shot. But when we talk about framing the shots, you can imagine with this shot, we would be framing a medium close-up because we certainly wouldn't want it from the waist up. And here, of course, we've got, the boombox Nightmare on Elm Street guy. He's I don't know what he's doing. He's rocking out here, but we can see that our Freddy he's actually a groovy guy when he's not out there terrifying people. And here, I like this is from The Gate. I think you can see the wonderful build of the set. Look how small everybody is here. That giganticism that they build on the set to make everybody look small. It's certainly an ode to the art department. I like this little cut from Batman. Keep your mitts off, very fragile. Yes, when you're shooting these big action adventure movies, we don't want anybody to accidentally knock the Batmobile over and shatter it into a lot of plastic pieces. And how's this shot here? This is Kill Bill Volume 1, I guess, and it's a stunt. Obviously, they're working on the stunt, making sure that the blood is being pumped hydraulically through the tiny tubing there, so they can really spurt. Got to have spurting blood. Apparently, in Japan, you can have more spurting blood than America, which tends to with the censorship or basically PG ratings and everything. Spurting blood can cost you a rating. But here in Japan, we have this wonderful mechanized decapitation going on here, and everybody kind of looking bored in the background as they try to get this poor stunt person working. And here we've got Linda Blair with a robot double. Yeah. Shouldn't we all have one of those? Well, maybe in your horror movie or our horror movie, we'll come up with one.